Hey family, you're tuning in to the Jimmy Bonds podcast on Illadelphia Radio. Pardon any technical difficulties as we are recording live on the Zoom platform. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Yeah. Jimmy. Lights, camera, action. Some people thought I quit and I ain't giving satisfaction. From a different era, writing rhymes up on napkins. What you had to say was more important, man, than trapping. Yeah, I'm talking back and speaking of contemporary.
What's good, family, and welcome to another episode of Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. This episode is sponsored by Major Flavor Catering. I'm your host, Jimmy Bonds, along with my co-host, Ty T.Y. What's good, Ty? How you feeling? Live from the 215. You can hear me. I feel you. Yeah. And you know, I can't forget my other co-host, Lovely Miss T with the T. She's not here with us today, but she's always here with us in spirit. Remember, family, you can call us with your comments or questions at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. Also, remember to follow us on Instagram at Jimmy Bonds Podcast, on Twitter at Podcast Bonds, and make sure you join the Jimmy Bonds Podcast Facebook group. Let's continue to open the dialogue. Moving right along, family. On this episode, we normally do supporting Black business, but today we're going to venture out and do something different. We're going to talk to a cat I know I've been introduced to that has a business that is flourishing, has a business that he has pursued, has a business that he felt he had to do. So today, we're not doing supporting Black business. We're doing supporting minority business, because I think it's always important to expand. I think it's important to always bring everybody into the conversation. Also think it's important to make sure that other businesses other than ours get the shine that they're supposed to have. So moving right along, family, let me introduce you to somebody. Let me give you a little accolades. Let me tell you what's going on. My man, Xavier Herrera. First of all, he owns a company called Laundry Needs, serving Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, and the Bronx. After reading some things about Xavier and his business Laundry Needs, also, doing my research on his Instagram and his Facebook, there were some things I noticed about the business that I just, some adjectives I always like to describe. So here's some adjectives about the business, family. It's a void filler. It's inventive. It's hardworking. It's dedicated. It's consumer friendly. It's pioneering. It's smart. It's intuitive. It's a strategy. And it's courageous. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to my man, Xavier Herrera. What's up, X? How you feeling, man? Welcome to the show, brother. Welcome to the show.
Good. Thank you for having me here. Appreciate it.
Definitely, man. Definitely. We're really happy that you're here. Really happy that you joined us tonight. Get to share your story, talk about your business. Laundry Needs. I was reading some things about it, about the background of it when you started it. I think you launched it in October 2019. Is that right?
Yes.
Right before the pandemic started, right?
We have launched. Yeah, the app was fully done in the end of October going into November, and then we did the official launch start in December. December 1st.
Wow. Yeah. December 1st. So we talking about 2019. We're almost going on 2 years now coming up.
Yes.
Before I let the people hear about the business and how the business got started and rather how the business works, what made you want to start a laundry service, a laundry delivery service, I would say?
Well, my family, they're currently in the laundry business, and they've been on the laundry business for over 20 years. They've been serving the local communities. I wanted to go ahead and open up a laundromat, a dry cleaner, and also support my community, and also earn a living as well. So then I thought about, besides my community, how far can I reach? So then I said, a mobile app would be pretty cool. And then with that concept of a mobile app, I was like, all right, I could have a mobile app. And I said, well, if I could have it, everybody could have it. So then I was like, you know what? At this point, let me do something for everybody. Because, as much as I could help my local community, I could reach as far as to each state in the country by getting other laundromats on board, and also helping the community by fulfilling a job by getting drivers. So it'll be pretty much everybody in the loop helping each other. I took one idea into another, combined everything, and then it wind up, we all helping each other. We're all supporting each other at the end of the day. It wasn't the initial goal, because again, it was a concept that I wanted to start a laundromat. I wanted to do a dry cleaner. Everything was going to be for me. And it wind up being the complete opposite. It wind up being that it could be available for everybody, easy to use. besides providing a job, more additional income to the laundromats. It's a big fulfilling hole. So I was like, let me see if I could actually get this started and get it moving. And then there you go. The pandemic started.
Yeah,
Man. It was like, all right, what's gonna happen now?
like you're a little nervous on that one. How with the pandemic? I know
Oh.
you were like, oh, well, hold up a second. Oh, wait a minute, hold on.
Well, nobody was pretty much treating it. Everybody thought it was an overseas problem in the beginning.
Yeah,
That like, it wasn't here. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't in the U.S. It was
Right.
like, you know, like that wasn't part of my agenda. You know, that really did a lot of damage physically, mentally to everybody.
yeah, for sure. Definitely. I mean, definitely the business owners for definitely like the amount of loss that business owners took, even trying to venture and starting a new business at that. They say most businesses don't last the first 5 years. You know what I mean? So you kind of started, and all of a sudden you had to stop. Even with you saying that, I mean, one of the things I noticed from what you said was it was kind of like I said, it was a void filler. It filled a void. A lot of times in business, people don't think about they think about how I can make money. It seems to me it sounded more like, yeah, how can I make money, but also how can I help the community, and how can I be an asset to the community? That's really what I was thinking, and I see that being. You said your family had a laundry business before. I mean, you said your family's been in a laundry business, so I mean, I see with that expertise and that experience growing up, having it in the family, it really propelled you to do this. It really pushed you to push the envelope on this particular idea, right? Am I wrong? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah, listen, like this idea kept evolving and evolving, and it just kept growing and growing. There was no ending. It was just the more you thought of things, the more it grew. It was like the more you just kept adding. It was a good process. It was a fun developing process. It was
I was talking to you about
being creative.
Yeah, exactly. Being creative, being creative. I was gonna talk to you about the process, definitely with your partner Alex, and how you guys decided to do this. You know what I mean? But before I get to that, people think of New York, they think about it being a saturated market, just for everything. How did you overcome that saturation? How did you overcome, providing a service that maybe somebody else might provide, or beating them to the punch to that? You know what I mean? Beating your competition to that.
Well, it's not easy, but the idea came through. You're already taking your laundry to your local laundromat. They provide just drop-off service. So now here I am, the operating system. Not only is a delivery, pickup, and drop-off service that we provide, but it's the operating system on the laundromat end, because to them, they have their own tablet with laundry needs. So they see the orders coming in, they know what they're dealing with day to day. And then the drivers as well, they're all listed as favorite drivers to each particular store. So we take customers that are currently existing, dropping off their laundry, and we're telling them, hey, listen, we have this mobile app, Laundry Needs. We work with them. If you want, for your convenience, you don't have to come here anymore. Your laundry will still come here. And then when they ask who, they have a picture, they got a name. They know exactly in every pin location where it's at, the laundry. So they know step by step that we're trustworthy. They know where it's going. And then word of mouth, they start telling their families, their friends. So a lot of organic marketing started with our initial customers, because it was key to keep providing 110% quality service, keeping everybody happy. A lot of times, the biggest thing is living in New York and providing a service in New York is meeting deadlines, because unpredictable traffic. If you want your laundry back by 1 p.m. and I'm in Queens and I got to get to the Bronx, that's a challenge, because our routes are preset, but we also accept orders as soon as you place it. So there's a 2-hour window. If it's 5 o'clock and you place an order for pickup at 7, that'll be a pickup that I have to do on my way. So it becomes challenging, especially in New York, because these traffic, these highways, these parkways.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been in New York many times.
The concrete jungle, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, it ain't easy, boy. It ain't easy. I thought something you said that was really dope was the organic marketing. People don't take word of mouth as much as it should be used. Everybody think about social media. Everybody think about getting PR, but word of mouth and organic marketing. Somebody tell somebody else about it. It's the biggest the biggest marketing tool you can have. That's free. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a free service right there. But it also brings validity to your business. It brings trust to your business. And that's something that definitely you talked about. Like, you know, I don't know if I trust everybody with my laundry. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like, I don't know if I feel like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna let them wash my clothes. I've lost so many clothes dropping them off. I could get my clothes back. I'm missing t-shirts and all kind of stuff. So, like, I know that experience, and I know, like, yes, it is definitely needed. And like I said, I guess the segue into it would be like you were already doing, and this was just a better way of garnering not just business, but helping people out in a different manner. You know what I mean?
And you know what's crazy is also helping other businesses because
yes,
you know
yes.
my family they're in the network, they're in the laundry needs network, and then I have partners that are also in the laundry needs networks in boroughs that my family don't provide service in. So then you just gotta think about it. A lot of laundromats, a lot of dry cleaners out there, but we hand select these guys. Yes, they can put a request in for us to join the network, but again, we have rules and regulations. We want to make sure that they have the proper staff training. They also have the proper equipment. They're using high quality detergent.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of factors in just washing laundry. It's just not that easy.
Nah,
it's
not.
People hate doing laundry. As much as you hate doing laundry, it's also not easy. You can easily destroy your laundry.
Yes.
If you don't know what you're doing, you know, your printed t-shirts these days, you can't wash it with warm water.
You can't.
All that ink, all that right away, it starts bleeding.
Yep.
You got to wash pretty much a lot of stuff in cold water.
Yep. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. Ty, go ahead in there, man. I know you got some questions for him, man. Go ahead.
Yes. Well, you answered one of the questions dealing with the transportation, because I know you're in New York. I know that can be a challenge. Are there any other challenges that you have with laundry needs? And also, do you have any competition?
There's a lot of competition. Everybody's pretty much doing the same idea. They have the same concept of picking up and dropping off the laundry, but they're doing it for themselves. That's different. Okay. I could take, so if I have an area, for example, if I have the Bronx, if I'm in the south of the Bronx and I got the north of the Bronx getting a lot of orders there, and I only have one store there, I could go ahead and provide an additional income to another store to just come and join my network. And also, if I need 4 more drivers, I could pretty much say, I'm hiring. I need local drivers who know the local streets, you know, and then that's also an income. And I want to go back real quick to the trust that we were talking about.
For sure.
Trust was gained by everybody once they started accepting food from a stranger and eating it. Once that was done, that was like an open window opportunity for everybody else, for all these entrepreneurs who want to pretty much start a delivery operation. Once Uber Eats, Grubhub, everybody started accepting food from a stranger. Again, it was, you know, that's the same concept as laundry needs. It's pretty much like your Uber Eats for laundry.
Yeah, and I saw that as well. I definitely saw that as well. People flock more to brands than they do necessarily to the actual product. You know, if I know I can get some food from Uber Eats, I'm going to order it through Uber Eats, or I'm going to order it through DoorDash, that kind of thing. And, you know, the competition is definitely stiff. I'm sure it is, but it's always about how you do it. You know what I mean? And your motives, as you said before, like your motives have to be pure, and they have to be cognizant of what you're doing. And you're talking about giving people jobs in the process. You know what I mean? Like, especially in a market like this, I mean, people want to be able to work the way they want to work and be as free as they want to work, and, you know, work their own schedule. That's what people want to do these days. So to hear you say, like, you know, not only are you helping other laundromats, you're also doing drivers, you're also doing, you know, any other services that you provide to other places. I mean, dude, you expanding the market right there. Like, just period, you expanding the market, man. I mean, and I used to drive Uber. I hate Uber now. I hate it. If I could, you know, if I could have done something else, I would have. Yeah, definitely. But it's like pick up and drop off. There's no personal connection with that. You know what I mean? I know when you give somebody your clothes, like there is a personal connection. You know what I mean? There's a personal, hey, you know, you go wash my stuff. Like you talked about the ink and the cold water, like not knowing how to do it. I mean, think about the college kids that do not know how to wash their clothes. Just period. Just do not know how to wash them. And, you know, providing that service for them, I know is key. Not just the benefit of your business, but the benefit, like I said, of the community as a whole.
The pandemic, as bad as it was, it kind of gave a little bit of a benefit, a little bit of boost to laundry needs, because if you remember in the beginning of the pandemic, they was telling everybody that the virus could be contained in your clothing. So there was like a scare, there was a panic. Everybody was running, going, doing their laundry. And then on top of that, New York City had one of the toughest restrictions for COVID.
Yeah, they did. New York City got
So
hit the hardest.
we couldn't be open for 24 hours. Then we had to close at midnight, at 11, at 10, at 9. Every day was something different. Every day was a curveball. Every day was a curveball. It was pretty much, how is laundry needs going to survive through this? Because right now, because of COVID, nobody's going to trust nobody picking up their laundry and dropping it off.
Yeah.
Everybody's pretty much going to the laundromat and saying, here, wash my laundry. Wash my laundry.
Yeah. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. And then right when they started talking about the vaccines,
oh yeah,
that's when I took a little bit of ease, because again, I have a family. So then also with this business providing door-to-door service, and with COVID, at prime time, it was nerve-wracking, because I don't want the company to fail, but I also don't want to put myself in danger. A lot of tough decisions.
Yeah, man. I'm sure a whole lot of nights of thought. Like, okay, so what exactly am I going? How am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to make this work? Like,
what was the future of the world after this?
Yeah,
everybody was questioning, because you didn't know what tomorrow was going to bring.
Nah, you didn't. You didn't.
And
man.
so now, even now, then you don't know what's going on.
Nah, you really don't. You really don't. Ty, what was you gonna say, Ty? My fault.
I used to work for FedEx, and laundry needs sound like it has that FedEx in them when you're picking up packages on the go, when you're delivering the package and you're picking up a package at the same time. Do you face those same challenges? And if so, how are your drivers instructed to handle those challenges?
Well, I have full control of the operation. And when we started getting really busy, we got hit hard one day with 10 orders. And it was pretty much, all right, we don't have enough drivers. And it's not like I could go find one right now. But luckily, my partner, Alex, he's a genius when it comes to this. He's a coder. So he pretty much developed laundry needs from start to end, and still progressed in making a lot of updates. But he designed a feature where we could change drivers. Yes, I received this order because I was the nearest to it, but I'm full. I can't take it. So all I could do, I could hit reject, and it jumps to the closest nearest driver to that order, and then he'll pick it up. And again, if he doesn't accept it, it will just trickle down to the following driver. But either way, we that day we dealt with everything. I couldn't pick up 2 orders, so my partner had to pick up an order, and then it was just jumping. We was both at the same time in the Bronx, and I had to jump to Queens and then to Brooklyn right afterwards. So it was lucky we was able to switch orders from each other, because again, it was faster for me to go from the Bronx down to Queens to Brooklyn versus having him where he was at in the Bronx to come down to College Point from Queens down to Brooklyn. It's crazy how you could look at the map and he could be closer, but it would take him an hour more to get to the destination just based on traffic.
I mean, you doing all that in New York traffic. Everybody know New York traffic is disgusting, like absolutely disgusting, and you maneuvering in that. Unpredictable. Yeah, definitely. Like I probably spent New York always feels like a blur to me. I always feel like I never go to sleep when I go to New York. It just everything blends together at the whole day.
But you know what's cool about New York? My initial customers were all Airbnb customers, so they're traveling out of state, because New York was one of the first states to start reopening. What pretty much everybody wanted to come to. You still want to come to New York. So right when it's the ease of the restrictions started coming, more and more people started coming from out of state, and they started Googling laundry needs. And then from there on, it was just a game changer. They referred to their friends, their family who was coming to New York, and then again, it just started trickling more and more and more.
That's dope, man. I mean, even the Airbnb customers, that's a good little niche right there to have. Like that's a hot little niche. That's you don't know about this. You need to go ahead and hit this on, because people stay for sometimes 2 weeks, 30 days in a particular spot. Like they definitely need laundry needs. Like they might not play, especially the place they stay in. That's not gonna have a laundry place all the time. You know what I mean? It's not gonna have a washer and dryer in the unit. So yeah, that you definitely would need something like a laundry needs to go make sure I take care of this while I'm here. Right
now we have 9 facilities online, and between the 9 facilities that we have, in less than 24 hours, your laundry is ready. And I think that's been one of the key factors that have been helping us with the good reviews and also the quality of service that you get your laundry while it's still warm sometimes. A lot of times it's still warm. Like we just move that quickly. As soon as it's done, there's no hesitation. It's not going to sit there and linger in the laundromat for an hour or two. As soon as it's done, we get notification, we go get it. Again, it's an operating system. They're connected to a tablet that they have. As soon as they get an order, they're washing it step by step. They have all the instructions of how to wash it, depending on the customer's comments. So again, we're all connected. If they have a question to ask to the customer, they can ask the customer through the app. If the customer wants to ask a question to the laundromat or to the driver, like, hey, what's your ETA? Or the laundromat, I forgot to mention, please don't wash this shirt. It's happened already. So, again, thanks to Alex, he thought of a lot of these things, these ideas.
Yeah, man. It seems like y'all have like the basis, not just the basics, but the expanded basics always at hand. You're thinking about it from a consumer standpoint. As I said before, consumer friendly. I think that's one of the most vital aspects of having a business is to be consumer friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we're going to take a quick break. But before we go to break, I wanted to ask you this question real quick. Like, when you started, did you ever have like any doubts that it would work? I mean, forget COVID, forget the pandemic coming and all that kind of stuff. You Alex ever sit there and be like, is this really going to work? Is this really going to be successful?
Well, we saw that a few companies that were doing it, keyword, were doing it, that went out of business, were also mobile apps. And again, this is in the drawing boards, but we were still throwing ideas before we started building the app. We noticed that, again, it all fell down to who's doing it and why. All these other companies that are doing the same idea, the same concept, they failed in the sense that they were doing it for themselves. Again, if they would have had the support, a better support of the local community, the laundromats, the dry cleaners, and providing jobs to local workers in the community, they would have, I believe they would have still been here till this day. Because again, the word spread quick about laundry needs. Our drivers spread the word, our customers spread the word, laundromats themselves spread the word. So it was just pretty much everybody talking on our behalf. And then luckily, little by little, we just started growing, speeding up. And then again, Alex is always on an update. Currently now we're doing an update too. So we're always coming up with new ideas. And then again, we want to make sure that we could follow pretty much everybody in all the age groups. Not everybody is tech friendly using the app. A lot of these apps, as easy as it is for you to use their service, may be a little bit tricky to actually placing an order.
Yeah, that's real.
So we ran through that. We had people telling me, I'm confused about this, I'm confused about that. How do I fix this? So even taking inputs from customers that were also, we was blessed to have great customers because they loved our service and they was giving us ideas as well. You guys should do this. You guys should do that.
Yes.
So it's dope because again, everybody is involved. Yes. As we provide a service to help everybody is also helping us. So again, it's good. It's going good. I'm having a lot of fun doing this.
That's dope, man. Listen, I can hear the excitement in your voice when you're talking about it. Like how much you wake up in the morning. It's like, yo, look what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing it. And Ty, if we could just get our people to think this way sometimes, man, we would be so much further ahead. Like community-based, providing jobs, community aspect. I mean, this is you pulling the page out of books that me and Ty have been reading forever.
Yes.
And we always talk about how to apply it, you know what I mean? And you are really a prime example, a living example of how to work within your community for your community. And for me, I'm a community, I'm not an activist or nothing like that, but I'm community oriented. I'm always about trying to make sure the community benefits from what we're doing. I will tell you the same thing even for our radio station. It's the same way. We always want to make sure we're benefiting the community. Yes. So I'm listening to this right now. I'm like, yo, bro, dope is the key word. Dope. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely dope. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, listen, man, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come right back, my man, Xavier Herrera. Definitely from Laundry Needs Family. He is definitely giving us a story about how he started the business, what the business, how the business works. You know what I mean? His ups, his downs. But family, listen, we're going to take a quick break. Remember, you can call us with your comments or questions at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. You're listening to the Jimmy Bonds podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Michael from Abu Dhabi. Listen to the Jimmy Bonds podcast on Illadelphia Radio.
Welcome back to the Jimmy Bonds podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We thank you for listening. Remember, family, you can call us at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. And welcome back to Jimmy Bonds Podcast at Illadelphia Radio. Again, family, we are interviewing my man Xavier Herrera from Laundry Needs. He's telling us about
Mr. X.
Mr. X doing his thing, expanding his brand, expanding his service, his laundry needs service. We're doing it in what, four different boroughs up in New York. I got Queens, Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Manhattan. I mean, yo, you really covering New York. New York is
There's two more counties pending. We're in the talks. We're not fully there yet, but we're building the system right now. We're building the foundation.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you about that anyway. I was gonna ask you about what was in the works, because I know you got some stuff in the works. You know, if it's going this good, I know you like, yo, we got to keep expanding. I saw that you wanted to go to different states too as well. You know what I mean? You wanted to just not just be in New York, but you wanted to look at different areas. You can definitely do some work here in Philly. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Listen, Philly's not too far from New York.
Nah, man. If Philly's 2 hours from me, not too far at all, man. Not too far at all. Yeah. But listen, so one of the things that I was thinking about was, with you starting your business and everything, where's your family from? Where did you grow up? Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Bushwick area. Yeah, my family originated from the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was born and raised here in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? You know how they say it, Brooklyn? What was it like growing up in Brooklyn, man? I mean, Brooklyn's a different little like borough of New York. It's not the Bronx, it's not Manhattan, it's not Staten Island even. So I mean,
Brooklyn is everything.
Yes. So what was it like? It's a little melting pot. That's what I hear. Yeah. That's what I hear.
Now Brooklyn, it's just New York. If you survive in New York, it's just you can do anything. And growing up in Brooklyn, yes. My early years in my life was rough, and high school was a little rough. But again, everything you built for this. You just grow with so many different diversities, so many different cultures. So again, it's a bond. You grow a bond. As the older you get, the closer you get to your people, to your communities, your neighbors, your friends. I walk any borough. I don't stereotype. I know where I'm from. I know how I grew up. People from other states, they may look at Brooklyn and be like, oh my God, it's Brooklyn or the Bronx. They just think Manhattan is just all glory. But, Brooklyn is beautiful. The Bronx is beautiful. Queens is beautiful. Staten Island is beautiful. I think growing up in Brooklyn made me a little bit tougher.
That's what they say, though. That's what they say. Like you talked about the diversity aspect of it and how it, like growing up around different cultures and growing up around different people. How did that give you? Did that give you any pointers when you started your business? Did that kind of help you approach people differently? You know what I mean?
There were a few benefits, a few key benefits. Again, growing up, you get to see how everybody lives their life, because growing up, you know how you live at home, you know how your friend lives at home. So again, as you talk, you get to see how in certain neighborhoods people work more than other people in more middle class neighborhoods. So you could target easier, locations. In Brooklyn, everybody's busy. Brooklyn never sleeps. Queens, at 9 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, it's quiet in the street. But Brooklyn is constantly going. Manhattan is constantly going. The Bronx is constantly growing. So where you can provide a bigger audience. You could target a bigger audience. And Brooklyn I knew the areas of where everybody hangs out, Fulton Street, your bus stop, your train station. Growing up, I knew pretty much the route that everybody took to get home and where to put my flyers, where to put my ads, where to put my stickers. So exactly. that kind of all gave me a few points, little ups. I like that.
I mean, the benefit of it all, they always say knowing your customer is one of the best ways to have you make sure your business is successful. If you don't know your customer, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, so even knowing, like you said, knowing the different areas, knowing, like you said, Queens, 10 o'clock at night is quiet. So, your Queens customers, you may do a little bit earlier than say your Brooklyn customers, you know what I mean? And that's just, I guess that's just knowing your geographical area, knowing your routes, you know what I mean? And like you said, where you're going to market at. That's super key. That's super, super key. And then where you're going to market and who you're marketing to. I mean, I think people start businesses don't realize that there's a niche for everything that you have. You know, your business starts one way and expands over time, but you have to have a particular marketing idea who I'm going to be giving my brand to. You know, who needs this service, who definitely needs laundry needs. You know what I mean? So I think that's a really really big thing. Ty, go ahead, man. I know you got some questions, but go ahead, bro.
Mr. X, let's say I'm a driver and I'm curious about working for Laundry Needs. Is that something possible that can be done, like a contractor?
Yeah, it's like a contractor, it's self-employment. You sign up with the app, but when you sign up, you're just not authorized to pick up orders. We got to screen the drivers as well. We got to do a quick background check. Also, make sure to see your transport. What are you going to be using? And also, there's a few training guidelines. You know, we got to tell you if you commit to an order, you know, the rules and regulations. You got to pick it up. You got to make sure you drop it off at a certain time. And then you also got to call and confirm that you received the order. Was the best time, because customers put a range between sometimes a 3-hour window, a 4-hour window. So we like to call ahead to see what's the best time to pick up the order, because also they may give us a small window when they want it back. So that also, we got to make sure we have enough time, that the laundromat has enough time to do the turnaround. Because again, we're on-demand service. That's why this is pretty much helping us out, because everybody give us their laundries today. They want it back the same day, but we don't provide same day service because, well, at least not yet, because we have to get more laundromats and more dry cleaners online to go ahead with that same day service. So that's something that is in the works.
Definitely,
that's all in the works.
Definitely.
Right now with the 9 laundromats and dry cleaners that we have online, and soon more to come, we're growing. So we're gonna hit that. Hopefully, we hit that less than 24 hours service
soon enough. Yeah.
Yeah. That was my question. There, are you ready to expand?
Yes. Right now, we're getting ready to right next door, Long Island. Believe it or not, I was shocked myself to see that Long Island actually was looking for laundry service and dry cleaning, because we also provide dry cleaning. Besides laundry service, we also provide dry cleaning. So a few customers opened up accounts from Laundry Needs, and they send us messages, hey, when are you coming to Long Island? So again, right now we're in the talks of building this one laundromat to get ready so we can go ahead and open up Long Island. And then also in Westchester. So again, we're reaching out of New York. So hopefully I'll be in Philly also pretty soon. Hopefully, God willing.
Yeah. Nah, you're gonna be down here, bro. You definitely gonna be down here. It's a market for you. I'm telling you, it's a market for you.
Sure
it's definitely a market for you, man. It's definitely a market.
It's a big convenience, you know. Like everybody wants to stay home now. Stay home, work from home, or just go out and about. You know, a lot of people just 2 hours that you spend on a laundromat doing your laundry. If you times that, how many times you do laundry, added to how much hours you accumulate throughout the whole year, you could have done a lot. You could have been more productive.
No, you really could have. You really could have. And you know, like you go to laundromat on a Sunday, bro. Like you go, bro. Like you're gonna
miss your favorite show.
Listen, you're gonna miss everything. You're gonna miss the football game. You're gonna miss the basketball game. You're gonna miss it all because you're doing laundry. And if you got a big family, imagine how many loads that you got to wash, and then the cost of it and all. Like, yo, come on. I hate the laundromat. I do. I put my clothes in the wash and I go do something else. I just can't. I can't deal with it. I just can't deal with it.
Get your clothes in the laundry, have somebody else take that out on you. Again, we live in New York, so and here in New York, if you're done and you haven't moved yet, you're gonna be moved. So I see that in the laundromat, but at least our facilities that we work with, we have our own designated areas. They provide us staff, so everything we're out of the way from the customers, out in the reach. So we're good. We're good and secure. We don't have that problem. But yeah, you do see sometimes people are waiting to get their laundry done, and it gets pretty busy in the laundromat.
Yeah, man, it gets real busy.
A lot of people. A lot of people.
Sometimes people be waiting for washers and waiting for dryers.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Who want to do that all day? Who wants to do that? I don't. I definitely do not want to do that. I want you to take us behind the scenes for a second with you and Alex. Y'all sitting around and y'all plotting about this business, Laundry Needs. I read somewhere that y'all spent time in a coffee shop, hours on end, plotting about it. Talk to us about that. What was that like?
Well, again, this was way before COVID, way before everything. So right when I had the bright idea, writing everything down in my little journal, you know, how I wanted it to be, how I wanted it to look. And before I even got Alex involved, before anything, just coming up with the name of the company. What was it going to be? When I thought about laundry needs, I was like, just Google search laundry needs and see who's out there. And then I saw that the name wasn't owned or anything like that. And I was like, wait, I got to put a trademark on this. But then I went ahead and made laundry needs into a brand by trademarking it. Then from there, I interviewed a few coders to come, work with me on this project. And Alex, pretty much, we share the same ideas. And he sees that where I'm weak at, he could fulfill that hole. And where he's weak at, I could fulfill that hole. It's like we give each other's ideas that we were like, oh my God, like, how did I not think about that? And again, I'm not experienced in his world. He's not experienced in my world. But we're able to communicate with each other and pick each other's ideas and we build each other to be better and also make the company be better. So as much as we work with the company, we're building each other and how to run and operate this business, because it can become frustrating sometimes when traffic and deadlines and new customers and new orders on the fly. We definitely pull through a lot of heated moments.
Yo, man, I can only imagine, like, just the moments it's going on, when you're getting busy and you're getting rushed and you got 10 orders, 12 orders you got to fulfill, and how you guys have to, mobilize and realize, like, yo, we got to get this done. We got to get this done. The brand is on the line in a sense, And I mean, listen,
it was us in the beginning. Before we started getting drivers, it was pretty much me and Alex. We were the drivers, and we currently are still the drivers. I play a role in everything. I hang out in the laundromat. I hang out in the dry cleaner. I hang out with the drivers. I do pick up and drop off myself. I talk to customers. I make sure I'm in the loop always.
I mean, you and Alex are the face of it, though, man. I mean, that's what I love. I love about entrepreneurs is that when they actually do the work with the people, you know what I mean? Instead of being like, yeah, I'm just gonna pay you to do it. Like, I feel like it makes you a better owner. I feel like it makes you a better person. You know what I mean? When you're actually doing the work that you set out to do. Like, you said something about you and Alex about how you guys are kind of like yin and yang to help your business work. Like you said, you don't know that much about coding. He doesn't know that much about the laundry business, but you guys came together and form something that really is unstoppable in a sense. I mean, you're already expanding in it. I mean, I wish, me and Ty always talk about, we need to have a coder. We need to get a coder on our team, because the coder, man, having a coder, having someone that can code for you, for your business, that is the 21st century. If you do not have a coder, you don't know somebody that's in that field, you kind of behind.
I know how to code.
We wish we knew how to code. I mean, if I could code something, I would. Believe me.
Again, it comes to creativity, because as much as I was creative to think about laundry needs, you have Alex that pretty much took my vision from nothing to a mobile app. So again, he had to see what I was seeing. And it was hard for me to draw a picture because I can't draw. I was just telling him I wanted to look like this. I want this font, the wording here, this color there. And again, he just taking notes, jotting down, and he was pretty much, if my idea didn't sound right as he was building it, he did his own thing. And anytime he did that, it was like mind blowing. I was just like, you know what? I'm good. whatever he thinks works, I'll take his word on it, because I could take a small idea and he could be like, nah, listen, that was good, but we're gonna do this. And then he'll go for the whole reason why we have to do it like this. And then vice versa. So again, communication is over everything. If you communicate with your partner on your team, that's a beautiful thing, because there's nothing to stop you. Nobody's holding back information. Everybody's being creative and pushing forward. We're all on the same level.
I mean, it's still sharp and still, man. It's about building each other up, Go ahead, Ty. I know you had something you wanted to say before we take a break. Go ahead, Ty.
Where do you see laundry needs going?
Well, I would love to see laundry needs go coast to coast, from New York to Cali. And if it could go overseas, South America, Europe, I'm okay with that as well. Again, it's an operating system. It's very beneficial for every laundromat in the United States, around the world, and dry cleaners. And it's also beneficial for everybody who's going to use it. You could use it and also know somebody who needs a job who can also sign up and register as a driver. So again, it's a lot of opportunities. So again, I have the opportunity now that I'm able to grow in New York. Eventually, I'll reach out to Jersey, Pennsylvania, and start Connecticut, and just start spreading.
I said, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
But definitely, I'll go visit you guys in Philadelphia.
I'm
Do
telling
some
you, man,
survey,
it's a
go
market here for
some
it, man. It's
sightseeing.
definitely a market for it. Definitely a market for it.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, actually got a lot of people from New York moving down to Philly, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people. But a lot of people coming in too. Thumbs up to them because they always do that quick Google search, and then laundromats or laundry service pick up and drop off. And again, we've gotten new customers from out of state and also Airbnb visitors as well. It all started with them. It started with the outside people out of New York that was coming in visiting or moving in. And then the New York people caught the buzz.
That's what I'm talking about. The New York love, man. That listen, if you can make it in New York, they say if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And if you make it in Philly, you can make it anywhere. That's the rules, man. That's what I know for a fact.
Well, this is our laundry bag that we give out to all our customers. It can hold up to 50 pounds. More than that. We've gotten customers stuffing almost 65, close to 68 pounds in my bag. But yeah, a lot of my outside New York customers, when they come here, like 3 of my Airbnb customers, it was like, this is why I love New York.
Yes.
They get the free stuff. They're like,
yes.
You don't get this out of state, like this type of service. They come here and they're just mind blown. Like, all right, I order my pizza. Here's my pizza. I order my laundry. Here's a laundry guy. Like it comes down to convenience. These people are up and about.
That's the key word, man.
Time to do the laundry.
Nah, it's convenience. That's the key word. The key word, man. Convenience. That's the truth. That's the truth. Well, listen, family, we're gonna take a quick break. Talking to my man Xavier Herrera with Laundry Needs, giving us the spew about everything about his business and how his business is growing and how his business got started. When we come back, we're going to talk some more to him, family. Remember, you can call us with your comments, questions at 844-844-1244. Again, it's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. It's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. You'll listen to the Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Michael from Abu Dhabi. Listen to Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio.
Welcome back to the Jimmy Bonds Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We thank you for listening. Remember, family, you can call us at 844-844-1244. Again, it's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. Welcome back to Jimmy Bonds Podcast at Illadelphia Radio. Now, family, again, we are continuing our supporting minority business today. Sitting here talking to my man Xavier Herrera from Laundry Needs. Shout out to my boy Alex, his partner, his prime, doing his thing. Everybody should know that you need a partner when you start a business. I know it's a lot of people, we live in the I world, the I society, iPhone, all that kind of stuff. But if you have a partner and y'all can bring your heads together and make something flourish, I promise you, you better do it. It'll take you further than what you can do by yourself. X, one of the things that I was thinking about, we talk about the future, man. I always want to know what are your experiences like? Like, what was one of the experiences you had that made you be like, yeah, this is going to work?
When we first initially started, we started providing service in Brooklyn and Queens. And then we was like, all right, waiting. So Brooklyn started picking and we were like, all right, what's going on with Queens? There's nothing pretty much going on in Queens. Like Queens was like here and there. It wasn't stable at all. So we was like, started losing motivation. And then I was like, you know what? Let's go straight to the Bronx. At that time, we was like debating whether we was ready or not. And I was like, whether we're ready or not, we're ready now and nothing's happening. So we got to either take course because there's nothing going on. So it's like, it's not taking us nowhere. We got to make moves. Let's do it. So as soon as we went to the Bronx, it was like, all right, what did we get ourselves into? Because the dynamics in the Bronx, like things happen quick in the Bronx. As soon as we got our first order in the Bronx, second order, third order, fourth order, we were like, all right, what's going on here? And then again, the Bronx surpassed Brooklyn. That's how crazy the Bronx got. And till this day, I see the Bronx having a one up on Brooklyn. But now Brooklyn and the Bronx are the highest. Queens is the third, and Manhattan, we're getting there. Manhattan right now, we're servicing all Manhattan, but a lot of our customers now are from the Upper East Side.
Gotcha.
About Harlem.
Yeah.
Washington Heights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's we're up there. So hopefully we get to trickle down to the West Midtown and the Lower East Side. But again, there's a lot of progress. taking action, initiatives to keep moving forward. And then when these business owners started hitting me up through social media from Long Island, I was like, submit the form on the website. I'll get back to you. Like, you're hitting me through social media, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I was like, am I not seeing something? Like, what's going on? But then it started reaching out. It started spreading like wildfire. And I was like, all right, I gotta go out there to Long Island. I'm there. Not officially open, but we're getting there.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Tell me this. What does your family feel like? You know, when you first started out, was it like, you know, people had doubts, people doubting you? You know what I'm saying? So they might have been doubting you before. What do they feel about it now?
Everybody had doubts.
Yeah.
Everybody had doubts. Everybody. And it's hard to convince somebody also who's been doing it for so long. This is the way to go. This is the new course to take. And then that was a little bit of a pushback on me, because I was like, all right, if this is how it normally is, how can I do what I really want to do? You can't take your idea and spread it with everybody, because they may not agree with it.
Very much so.
It may not work. So you're gonna pretty much, you gotta fight all your battles.
Yeah.
Between your personal family, your personal friends, and also even your own maybe mind, your thoughts in your head. You know, you can't keep, you know, doubts in your head. The doubts that people put, you know, that fear that they put in, that the fear that they have in themselves, they put into you, put into your head, stops you from moving forward. Yeah. So there was a lot of times I tripped, but I didn't fall. You know what I'm saying? So
I can dig that. That is a very good analogy. I tripped, but I didn't fall. That's exactly what it is. Yeah, man. Yeah, I definitely feel that.
I just kept moving and moving and moving, and then little by little, I started surprising people. They were just like, "Wow, it's really picking up." Nobody would have thought how fast we moved and how fast we grew. Right now, we're looking at our competitors, and they're looking at us. Obviously, you know, we communicate with each other, believe it or not.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you do.
So it's a small world. As big as New York is, everybody knows where everybody is.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'll go to the same building. It'll be me and another laundromat, you know, dropping off a laundry. And they'll see me with the laundry needs shirts and like, what's laundry needs? And I was like, now I got to explain to my competitor what is it that we're doing.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, how can we join?
Yes.
Because again, you know, they're looking at us as competitors, but we're looking at them as also potential customers, because we could work together.
Yeah.
You can stop doing what you're doing. I could do that for you.
Yeah.
You know, we could all do this together. You know, just.
He told the
so that's what happened.
How you turn your competition into customers? How you do that, Ty? I don't know how you do that. That's some gangster. That's some gangster ish right there. Like that's just gangster. Like, yo, look, yeah, I can do the same. Yeah, you need me. I know you need me. Come on, man. You need me. You need me to do this. You need me to.
What operating system you're running again?
Right.
Oh, you don't have an operating system. I got you.
See.
You don't have any drivers. You're doing this with yourself. Hey, I know people who need jobs.
Yo, man.
They'll be willing to sign up and work for you.
Yo, man. I mean, you can't. I mean, those are stories people, particularly in New York. New York is one of the most competitive places in general. And like for you to even have that kind of like, you know, my competition's watching me, but I'm also, you know, looking at them as potential customers. Like, yeah, that's. I don't know why people don't look at it that way. Look at it more like all for me. Like I'm going to keep this to myself, and I'm not gonna. It's not about sharing. It's about like working together, like you said. It's about expanding, you know, and it's about networking. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah. You know, the more you network, the more you expand your brand. You know, they see the laundry needs. They like, well, it's like you said, they ask the question, "What's laundry needs? What's that about?" And you're able to give them your 2 minute business spew, and they're able to be like, "Well, I think that's something we'd be interested in." You know what I mean? And like, you know, me and Ty always talk about it. You know, we're about broadcasting people who don't get the accolades or the press that they should get, like a laundry needs. You know what I mean? That's what we're about. We're about showing, as people would say, the little man, but not really the little man. We're about showing businesses that the mainstream don't talk about. For us to see you and hear everything you're saying, like I know personally, I feel like, yo, this is really, really dope. And we just meeting, but bro, I'm proud of you, bro. Like nobody ever told you, like, I'm proud of you for stepping out there and doing your thing. And like, yo, like even with the doubts in you, like, listen, man, like you got to be a testament to other people. You got to be inspiration to other people, and to believe that you can make that happen, you know, the way you need to make it happen, man. That's dope. That's really, really
You
dope.
gotta believe. You gotta believe in yourself.
You do, man.
You gotta keep pushing yourself forward. You know.
You do, man. My motto is stay up, don't sleep in your dreams. That's my motto. You don't sleep on them because you never know, they might blow up in your face. And I evidently, laundry needs did blow up in your face. Like, oh, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
From an idea, it went from like, all right, we got one order this week. How many we're gonna get next week? And then it went from one order a week to 5 orders a week to 8 orders a week, and now we're getting 6, 7 orders daily. And it's getting growing. The maximum we had in one day was 11. And then again, it's a combination of everything happening at the same time because as soon as we get the order, we're out there running, getting it.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're sleeping on it.
Nah, right.
You know, it's
crazy. Exactly.
It's a high demanding pace. It's a fast pace.
It is. It's fast paced.
As soon as they put their order, they want it back. You know, everybody's moving. We had our challenges, our ups and downs, but lately we've been blessed. We've been good, keeping our head up and just keep moving forward.
Yeah, man. That's all you can do, man. That's all you can do. Ty, I know you got a question. Ty, I was going to ask you something, but I know you had a question.
So your operation, is it based on the hours of the laundromats, or do you have like 24-hour laundromats in New York that you can actually operate 24 hours?
Well, right now we're from 8 to 9 p.m., 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., 7 days a week. Okay. Our system will be 24 hours. We right now, our platform accepts order 24 hours. So you could put your order in a day before, 2 days before. If ahead of time, we know what's going on. We could plan our days easily. But we want to reach that goal that we're 24 hours because all our facilities, besides the dry cleaners are open from 6 to 8. And all the laundromats are 24 hours. So this is how we are able to accomplish getting laundry done within 24 hours. We have 24-hour facilities working with us. So again, we want to achieve that goal of also having drivers 24 hours, that support system. Right now, we just have the operating system constantly on, accepting orders, but we also want to grow in the sense of having fully staffed drivers that at any minute, any hour, as soon as you place that order, we can pick it up, take it, do what you got to do, and bring it back.
All right. So you also mentioned expanding from coast to coast. I don't know, with franchising being the plans or no?
Well, franchising. Well, again, we're gonna have your local laundromats and dry cleaners signing up with us. So it's like a partnership.
Partnership.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So we'll all be under the Laundry Needs umbrella because we'll all have to provide the same equal service.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't want to provide a better service in New York that we do in Boston or Connecticut. It's going to be an even platform. Everybody has pretty much, again, it comes down to rules and regulations. Everybody's clothes have to be folded a certain way. We got to separate the colors and the white. We got to make sure we're all aware of the detergents that we're using. It's a lot of factors. And kids' clothes, I don't know. I mentioned this a lot. So a lot of people asking questions. Kids' clothes get separated from adult clothes. That don't get washed together.
They shouldn't be.
That's all. They shouldn't be.
They shouldn't be because some kids have skin irritation, so they have to make sure that they wash them with a softer fabric softener or softer detergent.
Yeah, detergent.
So definitely, I mean that's something that people you got to take that into consideration.
A lot of people do laundry out of frustration because they already hate doing laundry. But if you was gonna do laundry right, make sure you take out your shirt, you spread it on the cart so it don't get wrinkled. By the time you fold it, it's so nice and crisp. Yeah. There's a lot of factors that got to go in, but these ladies, guys as well, they have a talent with folding clothes.
Yeah.
And the dry cleaning crew, everybody, they all unique.
Yeah.
They all have a talent, and that's special because without them, I wouldn't be able to provide this service. Again, everybody has, all the staff members have to be properly trained, and they also have to coordinate with the laundry needs rules. And again, we all got to be in communication with each other. If one store gets too busy, all right, I can't take any more orders. Do me a favor, start sending somewhere else. That's something that these stores on the network with us don't want to do. They want to keep it for themselves. But again, they also need to understand they're not in it for themselves. They're in it for laundry needs. Laundry needs is in it for everybody. So they got to make sure that they don't make laundry needs look bad. You know, so we're always in communication of, all right, I got to take it to the store, from that store, you know, take it back to the customer. The driver's got to be in communication, or the laundromat owner's got to be in communication. So it's crazy how competitors become partners.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they're looking at me as competitors, and then I'm looking at potential customers. But then once they're online, you got to see these business owners talking to each other. It's like the funniest thing in the world. It's like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that. And these are guys that've been in business for years.
That's awesome.
So
man. That's awesome.
Once you start building, everybody starts building on each other, and then everybody starts eating off the same plate. So it's a beautiful thing.
It is. It sounds like it is. Actually, it sounds like it's a phenomenal thing to even watch, man. Just to see that happen. Again, like I said, we live in a dog-eat-dog world. Like everybody wants to eat the competitor and buy the other person out, and it's like that's not what's going on. I don't hear that. I hear laundry needs being like, hey, come eat off this plate with me. You know what I'm saying? Like we're all doing the same thing. You know.
We're all trying to provide the same quality service, and that's the highest that we can.
At the end of the day, that's all that matters, man. That's
customer
all that matters.
retainership too. You know, a lot of our customers. I see customers weekly, sometimes twice a week, you know, repeat orders constantly. And that's, again, you know you're good when you're constantly seeing the same customers over and over again.
Yes.
Not that you get tired of them. No, you never want to get tired of them. You always want to see that they're doing good. Hey, how you doing? How's your day going? How was last week? You know, like there's always good communication, good bonding with your customers.
That personal rapport that you build with your customers.
And again, Again, this is new to me, even the interview.
I know. It's outside your box. I know.
Then even talking to customers, you know, like, hey, you know, like, how do you hear from us? Like, we have so many promotions going on. You found us on social media? Was it Google? So again, even I had to do my own R&D, and that's talking to customers. And then I had to learn how to talk to customers. You just can't, you know, just come on, bro, asking crazy questions.
Listen, like you get, man, you want me to wash your clothes? Let me wash your clothes.
As much as a lot of this business taught me a lot of discipline. You know, a lot of patience as well too. You know.
Definitely. You know, one of the things I wanted to ask you is, you know, before we started the podcast, you talked about, you know, just put your kids to sleep. What do your kids think about it? What do your kids think about what daddy's doing now?
Wow, my youngest just turned 4 months. I got a 2.5-year-old, so she knows daddy's working. So I also have a day job. I'm a shop foreman for BMW. So I do the day job and I run laundry needs all at the same time.
All day long. All day long. We talked about it, man.
So then I have my partner, I have my drivers, I have everybody communication. So we're all in the loop. We're all in control. When I'm off of work, I'm doing what I have to do. My wife, me and her, we're always in communication with the kids, what's going on, always. Just, again, communication. Regardless of what you're doing, once you can communicate what you're doing, you're good.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah, man.
So then you got to dedicate time to my job, my business, and my family.
Yes.
So you always got to make time for everybody.
Yeah. Me and Ty always talk about that. You got to wear like 4 hats in a day. It does. It does. Comes down to what's important.
Like Mike Tyson said it good. Like, what's discipline? You got to do what you hate doing, like you love it. You know, and that takes that. When I heard that, when I read that, I was like, you know, that really hit me in the head hard, because a lot of things that frustrates me that I feel like it's holding me back, they're not.
Yeah.
It's just lessons.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just lessons that I got to overcome.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And you said it best. You said as you get older, you gain more discipline. You know what I mean? You get more discipline about those things that you really want. And if you really want it, you know, you can go get it. If you discipline yourself, like I'm just like you, X. I mean, like I said, I came in 45, half hour before I even started this thing. Let's get it. You know what I mean? Like it's just part of the nature of the life that we have to live right now. You know what I mean? And I'm excited for you. I'm excited for the business, Laundry Needs. By the way, make sure you go to Laundry Needs, and make sure you put in vaccinations to get 10% off. Okay, make sure you put that. What is it? Is it vaccinations? Is that what it is?
Yeah, vaccinated.
Get vaccinated. Vaccinated. You get 10% off your 10% off of your order. Definitely do that. I saw that on the website or website and Facebook, as a matter of fact.
Social media.
So I want to make sure y'all go check it out. If you're in New York, with some of our listeners definitely are in New York, I got family up there too. So if you're in New York, make sure you check out Laundry Needs. Make sure you place your order. You go online. What is it? LaundryNeeds.com.
Yeah, laundryneeds.com.
Make sure
You
make
can
sure
also
you do that,
download the
man.
app for free. You can
Yeah,
download the app for free on Android and iOS.
It's there, man. It's there. It's easy for everybody to do. It's easy to make your orders. It's easy to find out what put your order in and get your clothes back. It's very easy and convenient. That's all we want today. Convenience. And you got to pay for convenience, but I think it's worth it. You know what I mean? So I definitely think it's worth it. X, I was gonna ask you too, man. I know this is out of your comfort zone. I know this is something you don't normally do. Tell me who you would want to dedicate this podcast to.
Two people, my wife and Alex, because they've been the most supportive, even in my downtime. Alex always will call me. He's like, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in a few days. What's going on?" I'm like, "I know you're working. That's why I'm not bothering you." He was like, "No, you got to check up on me." And then my wife, again, this is a business, and a business is not free. So again, and also Alex is my partner, but Alex had to get paid.
Yeah.
And we have the software. We got to pay our servers to be online. Everybody has to get paid before you start even doing business. So again, a lot of people don't know that. And if they do know that, they also understand how frustrating it could be. So again, working, investing, developing, all that takes its course, physically, emotionally. So again, my wife, 100% was always there supporting me. And Alex was always there 100% supporting me. Every time we found out our competitors doing this, or we're, always trying to find ideas. We're not copycats. And we try to, our main goal was to not be a copycat, because again, there's hundreds of companies doing the same thing. So the one thing I wanted to focus on was how could we be different? And the difference was not doing it for ourselves, pretty much doing it for everybody. And just taking that key of a difference, we took that and ran with it. We bettered ourselves with the drivers, we bettered ourselves with the laundromats and our dry cleaners. As soon as we got more people involved, more input, more communication, more ideas came about. We started with version 1.0, version 4.6. That's and that's in 2 years. That's a lot of updates. It's not 1.0, 2.0. No, it's 1.1, 1.12, 1.13. Anytime you see something you want to fix or make better, it takes an update. Yeah. And again, that takes a person who knows what they're doing, and that takes Alex.
Yeah.
Alex always was there. Alex was like, "I just fixed this. Now you want me to do what?" So it was, and then having to explain to him, how the laundry business works, and then he was training me and teaching me how the coding system works. We had to incorporate everything to be together. So then that worked out for us. And then, thank you to Alex and thank you to my wife, because without them, I don't think Laundry Needs will be about right now. They made sure that I kept pushing forward to see you today for this interview.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Look, shout out to Alex. Shout out to your wife. Definitely for pushing you forward. Shout out to you, man. I told you, I'm over here grinning from ear to ear. Most time I do interviews, I'll be grinning, but I'm grinning because I know your work ethic. I know what it takes, particularly being a father of some young kids. I got mine are what, 4 and 2 and 6. I know your hands are full all the time. You know what I mean? So to even be doing a business and doing, even have a regular job, it ain't easy, man. It's not easy, bro. It's not easy at all. So I commend you for what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I know having a support system, particularly with two people that believe in you, is key. You know what I mean? It's very, very key, man. I definitely do. Hey, Ty, I know you got a question before we head out, man. You got a question?
I don't have a question, but I just want to thank him for the interview. I've learned it this evening. I was clueless on Laundry Needs. I had no idea about it. Now I'm a fan of it just by Mr. X himself just speaking on it. I'm telling you, you'll blow up in Philly, man. You'll just blow up in Philly.
It's waiting on you, man.
I'll be there shortly.
It's waiting on you, X. I mean, look, no matter how long it takes, I wouldn't even rush it. It's gonna be here before you know it. 2 years. In 2 years, if you're doing as much as you're doing in New York, bro, in 5 years, we definitely gonna see you coast to coast. We definitely gonna see you in Cali. We gonna see you now. We gonna see you everywhere, man. And I think it's just dope. I think it's a dope idea. I think I'm so happy that you just kept pursuing it. Again, the philosophy of making my competition my customers. I mean, look, dog, that should be the way everything should be, you know. Like that's
Yeah.
just a philosophy we all need to have. You know, I'm stoked for you. We gonna keep watching and keep seeing what you're doing next, where you're expanding to. I know you said Long Island coming up, Staten Island, I'm sure coming up. I mean, you said Westchester as well coming up. So I know that you're gonna be expanding the business soon, because probably by the end of the summer you're gonna have 3 more new areas, new geographical areas that you service. You know what I mean? That's probably what's gonna happen, more than likely. But
as long as the word keeps spreading, I'm fine with that.
And I'm sure it is. Comes. You got the branding, man. You got the branding. You got the look. You got the. Everybody's gonna want. I want one of them bags for my own laundry. My wife will love it.
Yeah, about that.
She would love them bags. Baby, put the stuff in there. I don't need to have it. Just put it in there. Put it in the bag. Laundry needs. They'll come get it. No doubt. That's what I want. You know what I mean? That's what I want.
With those laundry bags, do you make them available? Like Jimmy just said, if he wanted to buy a laundry bag from you, is that possible?
If I want to get it online, is that possible?
Just place an order. We'll take it back right away to you with a new bag.
No doubt.
Actually, the bags we give out for free. So again, once we get to Philly, we'll flood Philly with these laundry bags.
Okay. Listen, well, we gonna make a trade. We're gonna make a trade. We're gonna send you some podcasts and some radio gear, and then you can send in some bags. How about that?
Sure.
That'll be a nice trade. We can trade off there. We call it a day. You know what I mean? So, little cross promotion, as they say. You know what I mean? But It's all love, Al. It's all love, Alex. So tell me, man, go ahead and shout out. Shout out who you want to shout out. You talk about your business, all that good stuff, man.
Shout out to my wife, Jennifer, Alex, my partner in this laundry needs. And also my family who supported me in this business, from the beginning to now, and also my customers, I love you guys. My customers, I met every one of my customers. I can say I met each and one of them personally. They know who I am. They know me and Alex, we run this business together. And if there's any issues, any problem like that, they don't hesitate to ask or call us. So far, we've been lucky. We haven't had any issues, anything like that, but they're always giving us input on how to be better. And, we're grateful for having our customers and even our new customers that we recently got. Again, welcome, and just keep telling your friends about it. And then also shout out to my drivers, because, you got to motivate people to believe into your brand and also the service that you're doing. So a lot of my drivers in the beginning were like, hey, how much money am I making? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? I'm glad that they see what I see. And, we all got the same vision now, and they're more supportive, because in the beginning it was a little bit rough, but now they see how we're rolling and how fast we're growing. Again, knock on wood, we're very lucky lately. It's working pretty well for us.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Tell people where to go, where to find you at online, man.
Yeah, so you can visit us on laundryneeds.com, and you can also download the app for free on the Apple Store and at Google Play Store.
There you go, man. There you go, fam. Remember, laundryneeds.com, download it on Apple and the Google Play Store. Make sure you go do it if you're in the New York area right now, and coming soon to an area near you. I guarantee you Laundry Needs will be there. Laundry Needs will be there.
Let's do this. You got a lot of Philly customers. You got a lot of Philly followers. So I'm pretty sure you have somebody who owns a laundromat or know somebody who knows a laundromat or dry cleaning. Reach out to us. Shoot us an email. Laundry Needs, support at laundryneeds.com. You want us to go to Philly right away? There's a high demand. Reach out to me. Reach out to Alex. We'll travel out there. We'll scope. We'll do surveys, and we'll get Laundry Needs running in Philadelphia much sooner.
Well, we need to bring it, man. So I'm all about that. I'm always about making sure our businesses get on. We're gonna do some stuff for you, Xavier, so that we can continue to promote your business. This is just the way we do it anyway. So, we're gonna do some stuff for you. We're gonna make sure we broadcast it. Definitely when I post it online, make sure everybody check it out. Make sure everybody go see it. Again, I'm astounded by how you have pushed this thing forward and where you are in a short period of time that you've been doing it, particularly even with COVID coming around. It's warming my heart. I'm so happy to hear it, man. And I always in my podcast the same way, but just today I want to say, I appreciate you. You know what I mean? I'm thankful that we met, bro. I'm thankful for what you're doing, man. I'm grateful. The radio station and podcast are grateful. The team is grateful. So, man, definitely, bro, we appreciate you, man. Definitely.
No, I appreciate it too, and thank you for this interview. Again, out of my comfort zone, I wanted to make sure that, I'm the face of the company. So I got to make sure, as much as I please my customers, I got to make sure even the marketing as well. You took a lot of stress away from me, from nerve-wracking from doing this interview.
Listen, I feel.
But again, you guys, great show, great podcast. I'm sure you guys got great followers, and pretty soon we'll be all working together, seeing which we'll see each other much sooner than we think.
Yeah, bro. I definitely, I feel the same way. I definitely feel the same way. Actually,
Yeah.
I definitely feel the same way, man.
People grow on me, I grow on them. You know, it's just we connect.
Listen, that's exactly what it's
Right.
about. It's about connections, man. It's definitely about connections, man. It's about us, everybody bonding in the way that we need to bond, no pun intended. You know what I mean? And you know, we don't ever know what we're going to get whenever we interview anybody. We just set up our questions and we go ahead and ask. And I'm always taken back by people and how they share with us. You know what I mean? So we're thankful for you sharing your story. Thankful for sharing this, you know, how your operating system even works. Some people wouldn't even want to share that kind of stuff, man. So, you know, I'm thankful for that, bro. And looking forward to you coming down here to Philly, looking forward to you expanding and all that good stuff. And dog, like, do your thing, man. Don't stop, bro. Do not stop, bro. Please don't stop. Please don't, man.
I tripped, but I didn't fall. You gotta keep it in my head.
I tripped, but I didn't fall. That's exactly the way it's supposed to be. That's life right there, man. I tripped, but I didn't fall. Yeah. You got to keep doing it. That's love right there, bro. That's love. Remember, family, you can call us with your comments and questions at 844-844-1244. Again, it's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, it's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. It's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. And again, family, we are still in the COVID-19 pandemic, so please, please, please wear your mask, wash your hands, practice social distancing, all that good stuff. If you're vaccinated, if you're not vaccinated, just adhere to the rules so that we can get on with this thing. And as usual, family, remember to always, always, always call your friends, call your family, call your loved ones, and tell them that you love them, because you never know when you might get another chance. We're going to end the show right here, family. Jimmy Bond's Podcast, Illadelphia Radio, my man Ty. Shout out to T. Shout out to all the people out there. 10,000 downloads. We appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace. Fam, that's going to wrap the show. We want to thank you for listening to Jimmy Bond's Podcast on Illadelphia Radio. We ask you leave your comments and questions at 844-844-1244. Again, that's 844-844-1244. You can also email us at jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. Again, that's jimmybondspodcast@gmail.com. That's JIMMYBONDS podcast@gmail.com. Now remember, family, we are still in the COVID-19 pandemic, so please, please, please remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, and practice social distancing. Also, remember to take nothing for granted and value every opportunity you have with your friends, your family, and your loved ones. For in these times, every moment is sacred. So until the next episode, you can find me on Go Ho Road, screaming, stay up, don't sleep in your dreams. I'm Jimmy Bonds, and I'm out.
Fight on, come on.